moving into something you mentioned, in today's environment, it is getting more complex by the day, month, and year. From your point of view, I believe that you were seeing that this complexity is preventing faster access to analytics on data. Would you share with us your kind of concern on this direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I think CDOs, CIOs, data platform owners have a tremendously challenging time right now to have to deal with not only the data that they've already accumulated within an organization, which may live in a variety of different data sources, but also where they want to go, which for many companies is a cloud migration, and thinking about what does the stack look like there and which clouds, maybe even multiple clouds. So complexity has never been greater than it is today. And I think, that old adage of the only constant is change is very much true in the environment that we live in. So, I think that's the nature of the landscape. And now, I think it's incumbent upon leaders in this area to try to figure out ways to make good use of the data that they do have and provide fast insights to their constituents.
Actually, a nice segue in this, because when I was on your website, I noted that you say make faster and better decisions based upon more complete data. Could you explain for our listeners how that's done at Starburst?
Sure, absolutely. So the faster piece, making faster decisions, really has to do with the fact that there are two things that we do that makes us really, really fast. Number one is just query execution. So the engine itself is incredibly fast and proven at scale, used by some of the leading internet companies in the world to do analytics on hundreds of petabytes of data with thousands of users. So the core engine is very, very powerful. But the other thing that lends itself to speed is the ability to skip ETL processes sometimes. So normally you'd have to take data out of various source systems, aggregate them together, consolidate it into one enterprise data warehouse model, which has certainly been the model of the last several decades. Yeah. But in doing so, there's a lot of time involved. You have to move data, copy data, transform data, load data to get it all into one place where it can be queried. Our system allows you to go directly to those source systems and skip that process, which in some cases is actually speeding things up by an order of weeks or months in terms of the time to value, the time to insight. The better decisions piece really refers to being able to now incorporate data that maybe you never had access to before, and actually creating a more holistic understanding of your business, of your customer, of the way that people are interacting with your products, and being able to combine these things together.
I kind of in when I'm drawing out this visualization, I can see that with this faster query engine, you got this outstanding platform which just goes to many different sources, pulls out all that information together, and because you're now being able to go directly to these platforms, you can then get more rich data and then do analytics with that data. So yeah. I get that, and actually, it's also the kind of the main visual image when you go on your website. So if a company's starting out, and a lot of organizations are focusing on achieving business outcomes with analytics, yet many of them seem to be stuck on the single source of the truth paradigm. From your point of view, why do you think organizations are getting stuck there? And what would you recommend as the potential solution to this problem? Obviously, I know you might mention Starburst, but I'm really interested in your organizations and why you think they're stuck there, and a kind of recommendation for the CDO, CDAO to kind of move forward in a fast and efficient manner.
Yeah. So the idea of a single source of truth makes sense on its surface. Like, you want to have one area where you reliably can access the truth, the data that runs your business. The challenge is that historically, that's meant consolidating that data into an enterprise data warehouse model, but that model has never actually really been successful in history. It's too expensive, it's too slow, and often inaccurate because of the delay it takes to get new data into the platform. So our approach is really to suggest a single point of access rather than a single source of the truth, and meaning that the truth is out there, it just doesn't live in one single enterprise data warehouse. And so being able to query source systems and add other data sources to enrich the analytics that you're trying to do is going to allow you to move a whole lot faster. and basically make better decisions for your company going forward.